A Jacksonville animal activist group is calling on the state attorney's office to investigate pet stores across the First Coast. Now, this request comes with dozens of signatures and a plea from a local man who had to return his puppy to Petland after he says she got deathly ill.
Cell phone video shows this poor little sick Akita puppy named Rhea just days after her owner Kane brought her home.
I paid so much money for her. This is like, I want to sue them almost.
A few months ago, Kane bought Rhea from Pet World on San Jose. She cost $2,000. The store told him she was healthy.
It's okay, baby. You done throwing up?
But vet records showed Rhea was anything but okay. She tested positive for Parvo, Giardia, Bordetella, and even a urinary tract infection.
I don't know what she's puking up. Yellow vial.
That's why the group Citizens Against Jack's Pet Store Abuse drafted this letter to the Florida Attorney General's office. The 48-signature document requests local pet stores, including Petland, Pet World, BFF Puppies, and Puppies Galore, be checked for diseases. Mike Merrill says he hopes the letter will create change.
We have been approached by a number of customers of local pet stores who've reported that their puppies that they purchased were sick and died. And I did a Facebook post, and a number of people contacted me, including several insiders in these pet stores who spoke to me anonymously, kind of telling me some information that was very alarming.
We reached out to the pet stores listed on this document. Petland said their animals are vaccinated and properly cared for. BFF says they're going to look into the letter. Meanwhile, the Attorney General's office says they will look into the issue and address it if necessary. Bethany Anderson, First Coast News, on your side.